It's time to go on to reading 3, our next little section in our reading book. I know you've been missing me, but I've been kind of busy, but here we go. Remember, we're talking about reading in the content area. We're talking about the 3 interactive elements of reading. We talked about the reader last time, and this time we're going to talk about the climate, something you might have control over. So let's see what we have. Picture the following scenario. You are returning from a conference on comprehensive school reform and have a binder full of conference material that you need to read. Been there, done that. You are expected to give a report to your superintendent summarizing the conference materials an hour after you land. You are nervous about air travel, and the captain has just announced that the turbulence you feel will be getting worse. Everyone is to remain in their seats for the duration of the flight, seatbelts tightly fastened. The young mother sitting next to you is trying vainly to soothe her 10-month-old baby, who is squalling and pulling at his ear. The woman apologizes for the noise, explaining that the boy has an ear infection. How well will you be able to focus on reading? This scenario illustrates the role climate can play in reading comprehension. Clearly, the environment in which reading occurs influences learning. In this manual, we use the term climate to refer to the physical conditions, such as temperature or noise level in the area, and also affective dimensions, such as how safe the reader feels, how competent, or how he feels about others around him. While teachers have little control over the environment in which students do their homework, they are able to create an environment in their classrooms that enhances learning. Research suggests that students learn best in a pleasant, friendly climate where they feel accepted by their teacher and peers, feel a sense of safety and order because academic expectations, instructions, and the purpose for assignments are clear. They feel confident about their ability to complete tasks successfully, and they see value in the learning activities. There was some important stuff right there. It's on page 12 and 13 in your book. A sense of safety and order because academic expectations, instructions, and the purpose for the assignments are clear. Acceptance. Teachers can create a climate of acceptance in a number of ways. Students report feeling accepted when their teachers listen to them and respect their opinions. Teachers communicate acceptance when they are interested not only in how the students perform in class, but also in their extracurricular activities. Calling students by their preferred name, making eye contact, planning varied activities that address different learning styles and that capitalize on individual differences. Encouraging even the unassertive student to participate in class discussion. All of these help students feel like they matter. Even a simple, sincere gesture can help a student feel connected to their teacher and school. For instance, a Kansas middle school teacher reported she made a point of standing at the classroom door at the end of class every day. As each student left the room, she would either shake his hand or give him a high five. She didn't realize the impact this had on her students until she was absent one day. When she returned, the student complained that her substitute didn't follow her end-of-class routine. On a whim, the teacher subsequently made a photocopy of her hand and left it in her subfolder with instructions to tape it to the classroom door frame on the days she was out of the building. Substitutes reported in some amazement that students would high-five the handprint as they left the classroom. Students are more receptive to learning if they feel accepted by their classmates as well as their teachers. Collaborative learning activities call for teamwork and can be an excellent means for students to learn about one another's strengths, aptitudes, and personalities. Another strategy that teachers have said students respond well to is the home court advantage. Students are asked to view their classroom as a basketball court and class time as a home game. In this analogy, students are teammates working together to achieve a common goal, succeeding in class. Therefore, the classroom atmosphere should be just as supportive as that of a home court. Safety and order. Naturally, individuals need to feel safe from physical harm in order to be receptive to learning. Across the nation, teachers, administrators, and parents are working together to introduce and enforce school-wide procedures aimed at violence prevention. Students also need to feel a sense of emotional safety. That is, that they are safe from emotional abuse. Within their individual classrooms, teachers can create a healthy climate by making it clear that any form of put-down or abusive behavior will not be tolerated. Often, students feel open to ridicule by their classmates when asking questions about classwork they don't understand. A middle school math teacher in Colorado gave us the following solution. She reserves a large table in the classroom for students who need extra help during class. At the beginning of each school year, she explains to her classes that this table is sacred, a place where anyone can join her and receive help without worrying about what other students might say. Students quickly learn to regard this space with respect, knowing that there will be times when they need to use it. The teacher reports that at times there may be several students with her at the table, and at other times there may be only one or two. However, all of her students treat with respect those classmates who elect to be there. A sense of order is enhanced when teachers clearly articulate classroom rules and the purpose for each reading assignment. Students should know ahead of time what they will be doing with the information they read in the text. For example, will they be taking a true and false quiz, writing a summary, collaborating with others on an extended performance activity, or participating in a discussion of the material? How one reads the text will vary depending on whether her purpose is to learn specific facts, to acquire a general understanding of a concept, or to interpret and evaluate the author's message. Ineffective readers do not differentiate among reading assignments. They read all textbooks in the same fashion. It is important that students learn that a reader's purpose determines what strategies he will employ. The pace at which he reads, the type of mental questions he asks, and the answers while reading, how he monitors his comprehension, and so on. Competence and value. Students are more likely to learn when they feel capable of succeeding and when they see the relevance of learning activities. Teachers can engender feelings of competence by helping students develop confidence in their ability to access prior knowledge, filling in any gaps in necessary background knowledge prior to assigning reading, showing students how to chunk up assigned work into manageable places, acknowledging small successes as well as large ones, encouraging risk-taking in answering questions about what they have read, and validating responses, giving credit for correct aspects of an incorrect response. Lastly, students need to see the value of what they are asked to do. Although content area teachers are fascinated by their subject area, their students may not share that excitement yet. Enthusiasm can be contagious. Explanations about what the student will gain from learning content material will also help increase motivation. And that's reading 3, reading in the content area.